Currently, it's the government that has the weapon loaded with your children. They know that if they want power in 10 years, more or less, when most children become voters, they have to train the future voters to only demand policies which make government bigger. Think about it. Climate action now doesn't mean build the resilience of citizens to flourish despite historical and inevitable changes to climate by giving them affordable energy, employment, and just enough prosperity to be self-sufficient and afford some charity. No, it means we don't care what you come up with, how much it costs, how little it helps, or what harm it does to humanity or the environment. Just expand government power and revenue and do anything. But if the same children striking school with government and teacher blessings to protest carbon dioxide, if they wanted to protest lockdowns, mask mandates and mass medication, the government will not be cheering them on, because such protests demand less government size and power, not more. Anti-mother policies require more government than natural motherhood, which has been happening for thousands of years. That's because motherhood is an institution, and the lies and confusion of God's design for family as proposed by critical theory requires powerful interference and patronage to be sustained, the kind which only bigger government can offer. Our society subsidises the cost of mothers intentionally ending the lives of their unborn babies, calls the killing healthcare, and denies post-abortive women the right to even grieve the loss of their unborn child by calling the mourning regret and PTSD merely a result of social stigma. But it's not. It's a destructive fracturing of the designed instincts and nature of women. Post-abortion trauma was politically, not scientifically, erased from psychological diagnostic manuals decades ago. Because by its actions, our society denies the value of motherhood, a necessary step in the demolition of that sacred institution. Instead of raising, educating and discipling our children in the home, our society demands we send them off to strangers for 6 hours a day plus travel time, 5 days a week, 40 weeks a year for up to 13 to 17 years, and then let the internet and TV raise them when they are between school and extracurricular activities. We actually get very little time preparing our kids for adulthood, armed and equipped to understand the times or thrive in a sick, depraved, confused world. We then wonder why people who've been raised by the government and Hollywood believe everything the government and Hollywood tell them at election time. And then they vote for more power and money for the government to interfere in the lives, values and freedoms of every family with each passing generation. Imagine the beauty of a society where family was the central social value instead of careers and consumerism. Fathers would work not for 2 luxury cars, overseas holidays and McMansions with no backyard, but to provide for his wife and children, maintaining a balance with the time they need from him in the home and giving what only a father can give. Proverbs 13:22 says, "Wise and good people leave an inheritance for their children's children." Imagine families which supported each other through the generations, building an inheritance and generational wealth instead of the foolishly independent trend of spending the kids' inheritance. We wouldn't need anywhere near as much inflationary interference from government to solve housing unaffordability. Imagine a society where family, not government, is the first resort for avoiding extreme poverty when youth are looking for work. Instead of unemployment subsidies from the unrelated strangers' care of the government, young job seekers should be able to depend on their family for food and accommodation and not need dehumanising payments for doing nothing.